96 years ago, FIFA had a problem. They wanted to create a World Cup, and almost nobody wanted to come. So here's what they did instead. They picked a country, mailed out some invitations, and basically said, please show up. That country was Uruguay. And what happened next explains something about the World Cup that most fans, even longtime fans, have never actually thought about. The World Cup isn't really about soccer. It's about something much bigger. And once you see it, you'll never watch this tournament the same way again. In 1930, the World Cup didn't have qualifying rounds. There was no global tournament to earn your spot. FIFA simply invited countries and hoped enough of them would say yes. Most of Europe said no. Travel by boat to Uruguay took 2 to 3 weeks. Several of the best teams in the world just didn't bother. So who actually showed up? 13 countries. Mostly from the Americas because they were closer. The host nation, Uruguay, ended up winning the entire thing in front of their own fans. And here's the detail nobody tells you. The final was so contentious between Uruguay and Argentina that organizers couldn't agree on whose ball to use. So they used a different ball in each half. One team's ball in the first half, the other team's ball in the second. That's not a rule. That's two countries who didn't trust each other enough to share a soccer ball. So why does this matter almost a century later? Because it shows you what the World Cup actually is underneath the sport. It's not really a contest to find the best soccer team. It's a contest for something every country wants and almost never gets to fight for directly. The right to say, for 4 years, that you are somebody on the world stage. Uruguay was a tiny country, population barely 2 million at the time. And for one tournament, they got to beat the biggest names in the world and call themselves champions of the planet. That's the actual product FIFA is selling, not 90 minutes of soccer. National identity with a trophy attached. This is exactly why the World Cup hits different than literally any other sporting event on Earth. When Morocco made a historic run to the semifinals in 2022, it wasn't just a soccer story. It was the first time an African or Arab nation had ever gone that far, and people in dozens of countries who don't even follow soccer were watching. Because suddenly the tournament was about something bigger than the matches. When you watch the 2026 World Cup, you're not just watching games. You're watching nearly 50 countries, more than ever before, each trying to answer that same question Uruguay answered in 1930. Can we be somebody even for a month? That's the real story running underneath every match this summer. So next time someone tells you they don't care about soccer, here's what you tell them. This isn't about soccer. It's about which country gets to feel like the center of the world for the next 6 weeks. That's worth watching. I'm 11 yards, and every week through the final on July 19th, I'm breaking down the history, the stories, and the facts that make this tournament make sense. Even if you've never watched a match in your life. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And grab the free World Cup cheat sheet in the description. Everything you need to know before your next match in 15 minutes. See you in the next video.